Lois, if you can hear us, please pray for us as we start. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Peter. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for this session. I am Lois Karanja. I work with the bank. I support your relatives living and working outside the country. Kindly let us pray. Dear Lord, we thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for our customers. Thank you for giving them the opportunity to be able to log into this meeting. I pray that the presenters will be able to support them with the information and content that is going to enable them grow their businesses and also grow themselves as persons. Thank you even for Cooperative Bank for enabling us to be able to hold these forums for our customers. I pray that you may continue blessing each one of us in all that we do. This we pray, trusting and believing. Amen. Asante, Peter.
Amen. 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 And thank you so much, Lois, for that prayer. Again, our customers, karibu sana, this MSME webinar, where we'll be talking about business branding and communication. So we really want to appreciate you. You can see that you've joined in good time, and I can see the numbers are good. Already we have more than 65 customers who have joined, and people are joining. Thank you so much for joining in good time. I'm sure we'll have a very good session, and just let us be ready to learn. I think our agenda for the day, as you've seen, is we'll talk of business branding. So we'll have 3 agendas for the day. That is training, the presentation, and the question and answer session. So, and our first part of the training will be business branding and communication, which will be taken through by one of our own, who is none other than Dr. Nancy Kipchilat. She worked with us in the bank, and she is a branding manager. She manages our brand for Core Bank for many years, and she focuses on branches, our head office, our ATMs, making sure that we also have good logos that you see out there, and making sure that the standards are very well maintained, and you're able to see our image out there. So she'll be giving us tips that also the bank have done and have used to make sure that our brand out there is also good, and some of the tips that you as business customers, you can also replicate and use it in your businesses, because branding, as you will see, is very key for businesses. So it will be a very good session for us. And then after that, we'll have a presentation from Samuel Buba, who is our product manager in Core Bank, supporting MSME packages, and we'll be talking about what is this MSME packages and what does it have, the bronze, the silver, and the gold solutions that we have. How does it support you as a business owner to grow your business? And I'm sure it's a very new product. It's quite, it has taken a few years, but I think we have seen it supporting our customers to grow in their business. And then after that, we will have a question and answer session. So after that, we want you to make sure you note the questions so that we are able to answer. And we'll start immediately. As you see, we are supposed to take 1.5 hours from 11 to 12:30. So please take a note and a pen and make sure you are ready to run. In terms of a few ground rules, we want to request that you just maintain the videos and the microphones muted. I know you may not be able to update for now. So just make sure that, again, you also chat. There's a chat functionality down there, written chat. Please make sure you use it to give us your comments. There's also a question and answer down there that you can also indicate your questions, and we'll be ready to answer in regards to the things that we've done. So share your feedback when requested. I think we'll be having an engagement sessions. The presenters will be asking you questions. Feel free to share the feedback. If you feel you want to agree, you can give a green tick, and you can even share your reactions down there in terms of a thumbs up, or even a clap. You'll even be glad to see your smiley face down there. And above all, we also want you to really enjoy the session because it's 1.5 hours. And again, you want to learn, and you also want to ensure that you also learn. Down there, as we progress, and I'm happy to see that we have joined, so many of you have joined. I can see we are almost 100 now. Good to see that you've joined. I see Christopher Ngige, I see Damaris K here, I can see Daniel, I see Charles Mokinyo down there, I can see Akina Enox, quite a number of you, and I'm happy to see that you've joined. Please go ahead and share your name, your expectations in this session, and also where you are coming from. Yeah, we give you a few minutes or a few seconds, like that, seconds just to share your name, where you are, and your webinar expectations. Thank you. You can see you already started to type. Atela Silas from Outering. Karibu sana for joining. Yeah, feel free to go ahead and share where you're coming from. Robert Odhiabo, Mombasa, Changamwe, Asante sana. Caroline Kihungo, all the way from Muranga. I see Lena, I see Felix from Kisii, I see Timothy, I see Eugene Luceno, I see Jackton Owino from Embakasi. Good to see Isaac Deman Hassan from Adeliva again. Grace from Deka, Evelyn, Elijah, all of you, I can see you joining. Dr. Irongo Maina from Roysambu, Nairobi, Megwe Kariuki from Nairobi, Donholm, Karibuni sana. And I'm happy that you've joined. Feel free also to share your expectations. This webinar, Lawrence from Homa Bay, I can see all of you, and Karibu sana. We will be having a very good session. So as I said, we are going to the presentation. And our first presenter is none other than Dr. Nancy Kipchilat, who is our brand manager for CoBank, and she'll be taking us through the session. Thank you so much, and Karibu, Nancy. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, customers, and welcome to this session. My name, as Peter said, is Nancy Kipchilat. I work in Cooperative Bank as a brand manager. I do brand management for retail and the branch business. So I think Peter has said very well that all the branding, the logos that you see in the branches is what we manage. That is my day-to-day business. So welcome so much. I can see you have really sacrificed your time all the way from Kisii, Muranga, Thika. Thank you for joining us in this webinar. We hope that we are going to learn together about branding. So quickly, I just want us to understand what branding is. And before I go into the branding, is just to share what the bank has done for MSMEs. Quickly, what the bank has done is to continuously train the consumers on every Thursday. I think we've done a commitment that every Thursday we have a seminar to train us on how we can improve our businesses. We also have a specific funding kitty, 23 billion that IFC has given the bank to support the businesses for expansion and growth. We also continuously have relationship management. I think you know the relationships that you have in the branch network, the bankers that have been giving you advice at the branch network where you are based. We also have the digital channels, the COP Cash, COP agents, the COP Online, the ATMs that are able to support your business whenever you are making payments, because also we need to be in tune with the market because of this COVID. Also, we are trying to provide digital channels to help the customers. We also have a partnership with government of Kenya, where we get some stimulus packages for those MSMEs who are not able to guarantee or get their security for their loans. The other aspect is also we have information. So if you even want to get information about our trainings today, you can be able to log in into our MSME portals or the bank website and be able to get information. So today we are going to talk about branding. And I'll be able to carry you through on what is a brand. And I think just to bring us to a reality is that to ask ourselves, I'm sure maybe today when you woke up, you engaged with a brand. We have several brands. I think maybe some of you brushed your teeth today. So you must have used a toothpaste. And we know brands like Colgate, which we've used, I think, over 100 years. We also have Aquafresh as a brand. So every day we interact with brands. Also, when you take your tea in the morning, you are able to use a brand. And I think everyone has their own favorite drink. Those who are taking tea, those who are taking coffee, and of course, all those, they have a name. And of course, sugar, we also have sugar, several types of sugar. Before it used not to be branded. And I think the people who started to brand were Mumia Sugar. I think almost 50 years ago, we used to use sugar in a brown packet. But when branding came in, I think they were the first people to do branding, and we had Mumia Sugar branded, and now we have several other brands in Kenya. So that is, we need to know what is a brand, steps on how to build a brand, a great brand. All of us are building our businesses, and in alignment with the MSME vision, as a bank, we want to grow businesses, world-class entrepreneurs who can operate beyond the Kenyan market. And for you to operate beyond the Kenyan market, you need to build your brand that can be recognized, not only in where you operate, but also if you move outside the country, you are able to, people can be able to associate your business as a brand. The other topic that we are going to talk about is then when you have your brand, how do you communicate? How do you tell people out there about your brand? Then we will understand, get to know some of the benefits of branding. So, so in a nutshell, you'll be able to know if you have a brand, whether the business that you are carrying out there, you have a brand, or how to develop a business brand. And finally, identify ways of communication and to understand how the branding will impact your bottom line. That is the profits. So to begin with, the first topic is, what is a brand? A brand is first a name or a name of a product, a service that you are offering to your customers. And a brand can be either a business, or it can be a corporate brand, or a product, or a person. So there are different aspects of a brand, but today we will talk about our business brands, not the personal brands, and not specifically maybe the product brands. So just quickly to engage, I want us to think of great brands. that you have engaged in or that you know, and then maybe what are the characteristics. If you are able to chat on our chat box to tell us what are great brands that you know and what are the characteristics that make them great. The second one is to tell us if you think of any brand that you think is not great and why, what characteristics they have that you think makes them not great. So we will give ourselves a few minutes, let's say 3 minutes, just to chat on the box and tell us the brands, the great brands and the not great brands and characteristics. Just a few minutes, thank you. So they are coming, we are seeing them streaming in. So we can see several brands that are coming in. We can see, I think, Jack Mwamwati, she's saying, he's saying it's Sunlight. Samuel, there are so many. We have Telcom, Vivo, Brand, Safaricom, BMW, of course, Cooperative Bank. Caroline McKenna is saying M-Pesa. Faith Mutwiri, she's saying Cooperative Bank, we are you. Philip Oriaro, she's saying about Samsung. Omo, from Simon Mwaniki. Shell, from Twalip Mwanyifaki. We have Pauline Karanja talking about Ariel. Joshua Mutula saying Nasiko Brand. Josephat Irungu, Imarika Sako, yes, that is in the cooperative movement. We have Deman Hassan, Cooperative Bank, a great brand. Moses Maina, Toyota, all of them are great brands. Billionaire Maxwell, iPhone. I have not seen any not great brands. So I think all of us are associating with great brands. Jane Thiongo, Farmer's Choice is a great brand. We also have Smartline Sacco from Josephat Nyakundi. Naivas is also a great brand from Christopher Gigi. And they are really streaming in. Though I did not see not great brands and also the characteristics. Yes, Telcom is not a great brand. And of course, I know maybe the characteristics. So I think we have chatted and know which one is a great brand. And it's good to know that our MSME customers are relating with the great brands that are out there. It's glad to know that Cooperative Bank is also a great brand. And so we want to go in and to understand what is a great brand, because all of us are building great brands that will want to do business beyond the Kenyan market. So allow me to just give you some of the brands that we as Cooperative Bank are managing. I will only speak today about what we call the mother brand, which is the Cooperative Bank brand, and then the MSME brand. So you can see the symbols there. You can see Cooperative Bank, how it looks with the colors, the dark green and also the lime green. The MSME colors, you can also see their colors is lime green, white, and with a background of white. So a brand will have colors and also the color codes. So you need to know for your brand what color codes you need to have. For Cooperative Bank, you've seen we have the lime green, and of course it has the Pantone numbers. And as a brand manager, we are really keen to see that the Cooperative Bank green comes in that number, dark green, so that it can continuously give an association to the customer. The lime green there, you can also see the numbers. And most of the work that we do is to ensure the colors don't go to another number, to ensure that the colors are captured very well, because we know that it speaks to the mind of the customer. And the Cooperative Bank brand, how it looks there in full, I've shown you. And then we also have the slogan. The slogan is "We are you." So Cooperative Bank is, of course, one of the greatest brand in the industry, in the banking industry. We are almost the third largest bank in the country, and we continue to grow and even grow beyond the Kenyan market. So we are glad to serve you using our MSME brand. So David Breyer, who is a brand identity specialist, says, if you don't give the market a story to talk about your brand, they will define who you are. So you as a business owner, you need to continuously shape your brand by ensuring that you continue talking about it, telling the customers about it. So for us in Cooperative Bank, we have several brands. We have Cooperative Bank as a mother brand, but under the Cooperative Bank brand, we also have other brands. We have, I think starting from the children, we have the Jumbo Junior brand, which serves the children category. We also have the YA account, serving the youth. And of course, we have the executive banking, which serves the executives. And if you look at those brands, they all have a unique identity, a different way of speaking to the customers. If you look at the Jumbo Junior brand, the colors are very lively. They are colorful, and they are speaking to the target market, who is a child. For executives, it's a dark showing that the customer has reached a certain level. And of course, the YA account also has different colors. The Cooperative Bank as a mother brand captures the green, and of course it's deliberate to show that green is for environment, and it's everywhere. So you'll find the brand of Cooperative Bank also in most of the towns in our country, across all our towns in Kenya. And as a business owner, you will not be able to miss a Cooperative Bank in wherever you are operating. So our promise is to have a universal bank, a one-stop bank for all your needs. So we serve across, and we have several brands in Cooperative Bank. And we continue telling the customers what our brand is, so that, and shaping it so that nobody else can be able to shape it in a different way. Characteristics of great brands, as you've captured, I'm sure some of you have already know why other brands are great. Number one, you need to be distinct, meaning you need to be different from your competitor. Have a different colors that can be associated with you. You also need to be authentic, meaning that you have to be real. Whatever you promise the customers to give, you will be able to give. And I think, for example, MSME, I think team under Peter and Moses, they promised the MSME customers that every Thursday, 11 to 12:30, they will be training the MSME customers. And they continue to keep that promise of training the customers. So it will be a test of time, of course, because it takes time to test whether you are authentic, whether you are true to your promise. The other characteristics is you need to be memorable. Your brand need to be remembered. And to be remembered is you also either remembered either by your quality of the product or by the colors that you have captured for your brand. And then the other bit is you need to be enduring and defensible, meaning your brand needs to stay long in the market. Defensible means you need to own it. What happens is you can have a brand name or colors, but if you don't register or patent it, somebody else can use it. So for example, Cooperative Bank is a brand in those colors, the green and the lime green. We have patented it, and you cannot find anyone who will use it, because it means somebody can be able to generate money by having your brand out there. So you ensure that your brand, your business brand or the colors, a brand as earlier mentioned, is the name of your product or your business, the colors that you adopt, which is makes your identity, because all these you will have to be continuously telling the customer who you are. So you need to patent it so that nobody else can be able to use it. So you ensure it is defensible, it is yours as a business owner. So those are the 4 characteristics for a great brand. And a brand is, of course, like a child. You continue growing it, and you continue giving the authenticity that is required. That is why you can see Peter, Ndumia, and team are continuously keeping this promise to ensure that whatever they promised you as business people, you are able to get it every 11 to 12:30 on a Thursday. So I think we will transit into building great brands. So just start thinking whether your brand is great, whether you are distinct, whether you are authentic, whether you are memorable, or you have already patented your look and feel, the colors that you have, or your brand name. Then now you go into building your brand. So number 1, you need to know what your customers need to know about you, what perception you need to create, or the promise that you need to have to promise your customers. The other one is, number 2 is to organize your business based on that promise. Number 3 is to communicate to your customers, and of course, continue being consistent. So we will translate into number 1. We'll start with number 1. How do you define your perception or the promise that you need to give your customers? So here you really need to think because it needs to be long-term. It's not something that you just do it and it ends, because we say our vision as Cooperative Bank for MSMEs is to go beyond Kenyan market. So for you to go beyond Kenya market, what brand can you be able to have? And of course, you need to, the factors to think around is of course the price. What price are you going to charge for? Maybe you are running on hardware. You are running a transport, maybe fleets of matatus within Nairobi or outside Nairobi, in Mombasa, in Kisii. What pricing do you want to charge? Do you want to be a normal price, or do you want to be a bit charge premium? And I think you will see some of the matatus even playing, going to Nakuru, for example, they have different pricing. based on the kind of clientele you want to target. The other bit is the quality. What quality do you think you promise your customers? So that is the product and the service. The product that you are offering, for example, if it is a matatu, what kind of seats do you want to have in your matatu? Do you want only to carry a few customers, or do you want to of course have no space, which of course now it cannot allow because of our environment, because of COVID. Then of course the other one is the service. What service do you want to choose? Physical appearance, whether you want to, how do you want your business to look like? Do you want to do your service either to do physical, where you are serving customers one-on-one, or you want to go online? Some customers now, some of the offerings now out there, they have started doing online engagements. And I think you know some of the great brands that have already are even doing online. We have Amazon, where they are selling everything online. We have Jumuia, and they are also doing online services. So as our MSME, where do you want to serve? Do you want to do online? Do you want to do physical? And is it a long-term strategy? I think a good example is Kenchik. For those of us who went to school, maybe Nairobi University, you know Kenchik, and Kenchik versus KFC. Kenchik have chosen to serve their customers when they are standing. I think you will not see a Kenchik outlet where people are sitting. So you will see they are serving while standing, and you expect to have chips and chicken, a smoky chicken, and of course with an affordable price, because then they are targeting students, the youth. You'll find maybe, I think one of the MSMU has done very well in restaurants, Kosewe, where if you go to a competitor somewhere in town and maybe you're looking for a restaurant, you will find Kosewe, and you know that if you walk into that restaurant, you'll be able to get traditional food. KFC has also given another level of service where it is pricey. It is, I think nowadays even they've started a drive-in where somebody can drive in, and it's targeting people who do not have time to cook, yet they are able to afford a very good expensive meal. So now they've introduced, like in Nairobi, they've introduced drive-ins. So as a business owner, you need to ask yourself, for the service that you are giving, what kind of service do you want your customers to associate you with? Before even they come into your shop, they already know what to expect, and also relate with what they want to part with. The other bit is your branding, logo, look and feel. So you need to decide, how do you want to be seen? Cooperative Bank, we have that green, and of course it's deliberate. We want to be everywhere to serve our customers wherever they are. And green is associated with the environment, which is good. We are promising, we are reliable. So the look and feel, the logo need to speak to your customers. So you also need to think about your branding, look and feel. In terms of perception, reputation, you also have to think about reputation. Reputation means the staff that you are going to employ in your business. What kind of staff do you want to have in your business? Are they people who are reliable, people who are honest? So at the point of recruitment, you need to think of what kind of staff do you want to have. And of course, you'll have to continue training your staff. Of course, your askaris at the entrance, if you have askaris, The drivers, how do you also need to treat your customers? Because sometimes we concentrate on the staff who are inside, yet even the drivers are not well trained on the brand, the expectations that you want your brand to be out there. Because what we say in branding is everything is a touch point to the customer. For us in Cooperative Bank, an ATM is a touch point. A mobile app, which is on your phone, is a touch point for Cooperative Bank, and you will see it has the Cooperative Bank look and feel. We also, if the branch is also a touch point, the staff, myself here and Peter and the rest, we are a touch point. So whenever you talk to us, you are talking to Cooperative Bank. So what reputation do you want your touch points to have? That promise that you are giving to the customers should also be able to be translated to all your touch points. So think about your business currently and try and know how do you want your customers to perceive you? What promise do you want to give out there? So you look around pricing, you look around quality of your product, the service, the branding look and feel, and of course the reputation, which touches about your staff. Then we will go into organizing. How do you organize your business so that it can give the promise or the perception that you want, still under the same, almost the same factors? So for pricing, some say a pricing is not something that you can really rely on because it can easily be copied. You can roll a price today, for example, maybe as Cooperative Bank in the banking industry, we can charge maybe 13. Of course, nowadays it's regulated because all of us in the banking industry, we charge 13%. But before, we used to charge the way as a market demand, but currently now it's regulated. So for pricing, I'll give you a caution there because your competitor can easily copy. I think a good example would be the supermarkets. Outside the country, we know of Walmart. Walmart is known for affordable pricing. I think in Kenya, we have Carrefour. Carrefour gives discounts, which is also part of pricing. I think also we have Naivas, where they also do their pricing is affordable. So it's how do you want to communicate that pricing that you want to give to your customers? I think also a good example would be KQ. KQ has used pricing to be able to differentiate the two brands that they're offering in the market. We have the KQ and we have the Jumbo Jet. And the Jumbo Jet, what they've done is to ensure that the price for Jumbo Jet is affordable, but whatever they give in the Jumbo Jet is almost like a bus on air. So, and of course, the distances are very short. You can go to Kisumu, you can go to Mombasa, you can go to Nakuru, but for KQ is for international. The other one is the quality, the promise, what around quality of your product. I think a good example here would be Apple, the iPhones. You'll find iPhone have really consistently given good quality to their consumers. And I think even in the country, and you know, of course, iPhones are international. So you can imagine your business, if you are an international business, can you promise quality beyond even the Kenyan market? And Kenyans, for example, they will wait for a release of a new iPhone because they know it will. They know it guarantees quality. So and their promise is you need to think differently. And you know they charge a premium for that. and they are not worried about the competition. Then they are not even worried about Samsung. And you'll find they have a niche around their offering, and they have ready market. And for you as an MSME, you can also organize your business around quality. So if you have good quality, you will have ready markets, ready customers to buy your products. For our MSME, again, I will say our promise is to develop world-class entrepreneurs that will operate beyond Kenyan borders. And that is why we are continuously training our customers to be able to take their business outside the country. The other bit is how do you, on the service, I think I've already talked about it. Do you want your customers to be on digital? Do you want to be physical? For the ones who are running a restaurant, do you want them to be standing or sitting? Yes. The other bit is about logo, look and feel. This is a very interesting one. That is where we really play a role. Look and feel really needs to stand out. And I think I want to remind most of us who, when we traveled to China in 2018, 2019, I think most of you are here may remember that when we were in China, we were able to identify McDonald's from very far because of the colors. And because we had difficulty in adjusting on the food in China, we had to look for a brand that is associated and we know it. And of course, we know McDonald's has a different color. It is yellow, it is black, and you are able to identify from far. So for you as a business person, how do you organize your brand, your logo, so that it can be consistently be associated and be known it is your brand? And of course, you also need to be consistent in the applications, the touch points, your staff, your banners, your flyers, your website, and of course, nowadays, the apps. The other bit is, of course, the reputation in terms of the staff that you need to employ. So I want us to think about your business. How have you organized your business? How have you organized your business so that you can sustain, you can be able to give the promise and the perception that you are looking for? So if you can be able to chat on, put some comments on the chat box, we see how have you organized your business so that it can be able to give the right promise. So I'll give us a few minutes, 3 minutes to give responses on the chat. Thank you. Okay, so some are saying they are still at building the brand. Just a minute. Some are saying they're still at the stage of trademark, building a slogan. So they are still streaming in. So I think we will translate into understanding how to communicate your brand. I will go quickly into the channels of how to communicate your brand. Currently, we have a social media, and under social media, we have We have the Facebook, we have Twitter, we have Instagram, we have LinkedIn, we have YouTube, among others. The other one is also you ensure that as a business, you have a company website, because nowadays, when you inform your customers about what you are doing, they quickly go online, because online nowadays, it's even on the phone. They want to know what you are telling them is true. So ensure that as a business, you have a company website, which can be on internet or and can be used in all the applications, whether it's the phone or on the laptop. The other bit, you can communicate through content where you can write a story, a short story online, which we call it a blog, or you do a video about your business and be able to have it online. You can also communicate using the email or SMS. I'm sure most of us, you've seen most companies nowadays are using SMS because most of the people have their phones. We also have the off channels, the TV, the print, and of course the radio. You can also communicate using the banners, flyers, posters, and merchandise. Flyers as a short written brief about your products and your brand, or your posters that are placed on your shops. Then quickly, we will go into the benefits of building a brand. Why then should you have a brand? And before we go into the benefits, the other last aspect of building a brand is you need to be consistent. And the benefits of being consistent is to have brand recognition, build a trust and loyalty, and evoke positive emotions. Because if you don't continue to be consistent, you can imagine, I think a good example for us would be the telco industry in Kenya. The two telcos, I think it is Airtel and Safaricom. Airtel has not been consistent. I think we started with Kensel, then it went into Zain, and then it went into Airtel. And I think customers lost it in between. And you'll find as consumers, and I know Kenyans, we are very unique. We like a brand that is consistent, that is easily recognizable. And you see like the telcos, I think the Kensel changed over time. So that is why as a business person, you really need to spend a lot of time brainstorming on your brand so that you know it can be consistent and it can go beyond where you're operating and even beyond the Kenyan market. You also build trust if you are consistent. You build loyalty because you can imagine you are changing colors from maybe one color, red, or to another green. So people don't have that association, a long-term association. So for you to build trust and loyalty, you need to be consistent. And of course, you also evoke positive emotions. People will associate with you when they see that you are consistent. They have a way they associate with you. And then you also make your competitor irrelevant. And I think in Kenya, we are very good with making our competitors irrelevant. Customers in Kenya, they tend to be very loyal. And they become loyal to a brand which is trusted, which is consistent. And a good example also is in the telco industry. And of course, even Cooperative Bank, for example, you see we've also continued to be consistent, and we've come from down. Now we are the third largest bank in the country, and we continue to grow. So we continue to grow the brand and be consistent, and we have customers to trust us as a bank. Just think through where are you consistent in your brand building? Do you keep on changing, or do you continuously build knowing that you want your customers to trust you? Quickly, I'll just go into how you effectively communicate your brand. Number one is you need to know your target market. Because if you don't know your target market, then you can be speaking to anyone. So you need to know who are you speaking to. Are they the young category? If you are the young category, where do you get them? Most of them are online, then you can use the channels that are relevant. If they are our customers, like for example, now the MSMEs mostly like one-on-one, and that is why you will see as a bank, we usually organize forums or webinars to be able to speak directly, because as MSMEs, you like to engage. So number one is to know who your target market is so that you can be able to craft communication that speaks to them directly. Number two is to know your competitors. You need to know, even wherever you are operating, whether you are in Muranga, whether you are in Thika, whether you are in Kisii, who is your competitor there? How can you innovate? Because you sometimes you also don't, you need to know what innovations are out there, the industry, what is happening, because they are continuously, we are having several innovations happening. And I think also in the banking industry, you will see we have several innovations coming in. So you need to know who is your competitor, what is your strength, what is your weakness, what opportunities are there, and how can you maximize on them. Then what is your brand promise, and you consistently talk about it. If it is for our MSME, for example, the non-financial offering, we consistently train our customers every Thursday, 11 to 12:30. So that promise, we ensure that we don't break it. We continuously deliver it. So as a business, what do you continuously deliver? Then tell your story. Tell your customers what is happening. Tell them about your brand, because if you don't tell them, they are very busy. They have a lot of things they do. They have their own issues. Maybe they want to take their children to school, you know, things which take priority in their lives. And you will see, I think a good example for us is Safaricom. Safaricom is always on our faces. If you go into the papers today, you will see an ad on Safaricom. You move, you take a bus, you will see Safaricom everywhere. You go switch on TV, they are there. You go on the phone, they are sending you an SMS. Wherever you are, they are always on your face, because they know you are busy, you are a busy person, and they also need to tell you their story to you. So ensure also the brand that you are building, you also communicate to your customers. And of course, the other one is our flexible designs. If you do designs for your brand, ensure they are flexible. They can be applied in all channels. They can be applied on a phone. They can be applied on a mobile app, website, and any other channel. Make sure that you also can be able to shorten it. If you see Cooperative Bank logo, it is different. We have one which is full, and we have the symbol. So ensure that you are flexible in your brand design. And then keep it simple. Keep it simple and direct. As I told you, customers are very busy. So you really need to keep it short so that you can be able to inform them with the shortest time possible. They are very, very busy people. And then create a niche for yourself, for your company, unless maybe you are in a mass market, like the banking industry or the telco. But if you are maybe in a school or you are in a service industry, you can create a niche for yourself. Then, of course, you brainstorm for growth, because I told you branding is like you are nurturing a child. And of course, you need to brainstorm. If the industry changes like this, what do you do? So you need to continuously grow your brand. And of course, go for details. Ensure you don't leave anything in terms of even the colors, the look and feel. Ensure you go into the details. And of course, it's a continuous process. It's a continuous process for branding. You cannot say you have finished branding because you continue to build it. The other last one now is to look at the benefits of branding. I think our time is almost up. Quickly, we go into what are the benefits. Then why should you spend a few hours today to know about your brand? We always say branding is equals to bottom line, which is profits. So if you build your brand, you are able to create money. A good example is if I take a banner today outside there with Cooperative Bank colors, people will come in and they want to ask me, can I deposit money there? Why? Because many people have associated our dark green, our lime green, our promise there, we are you with banking. So, and so you really need to continuously grow your brand, increase loyalty, and people can be able to identify you. And they will be able even to come to you without you talking to them, without even pulling them and saying, I am Cooperative Bank. The moment I go out there and have a banner with our logos, they'll be able to come in and say, I want to deposit money. Decrease on price sensitivity. I think a good example is iPhones, where customers are willing to pay a lot of money because of that brand of iPhone. So as a business that you are building, do you want to, when you build a brand, continuously people will be able to pay for your brand even without being sensitive, because they know if I pay this expensive, I'll be able to get the service that I want. You will also be able to increase the market share. If you have a brand that is well known, out there, you can increase the market share. And I think a very good example is also Cooperative Bank. We have continuously increased our market share because of the recognition that we have of our brand. Another good example would be the telcos, Safaricom and Airtel. If you consistently grow your brand, and I think Safaricom has done it very well, and they have grown their market share. They are the biggest, I think, now in the country and of course in Africa. So for you, our MSMEs, if you want to grow your market share, then you need to build your brand. Then, of course, the other bit, the last one is attract and retain top-tier staff and talent. Many employees nowadays are really not really looking for money. They are looking for an association, a good brand that even when they go out there, they are proud to say, I work for this brand. I would say majority of our staff will be proud to say, I work for Cooperative Bank because it's a big brand in the banking industry. So for us as a MSME, as we grow our MSMEs, where do we want to place ourselves? Do we want our staff to be proud to say that I work for this and this brand? And of course, you will retain talent, because it means if you retain talent, people will not be, there will be no high turnovers, people moving from one job to another one. Then you will not incur costs of recruitment. So it still affects your profits at the end of the day. So it's good for you to build your brand so that you increase loyalty, decrease price sensitivity, grow your market share, and retain good staff. Dan Squabel said, when you brand yourself properly, the competition becomes irrelevant. And I think we've seen in the country of Kenya, most of the brands that are competing, like Safaricom, Airtel, one of them becomes irrelevant. You go to Visa versus, I think, other brands, one becomes irrelevant, because if you brand yourself, people are able to know you, to recognize you, they'll be able to relate with you, and you make your competitor irrelevant. So our MSMEs, we want to see you grow wherever you are, and ensure that you are relevant in the space that you have taken as a business. So the areas that we've covered today is to know the brand, how to build a brand, communicate, and being consistent in branding. So quickly put in your chat which area you as a business you are working on, whether you are at building your brand, whether you are at communicating or consistently consistently communicating your brand. And then I will end with, if you don't give the market a story to talk about, they will define the brand story for you. So ensure you are consistently talking about your brand, always on the face of the customers, because the customers are very busy with their day-to-day chores. So branding equals to increase visibility and profits. And branding is arguably the most important thing for success in your business. So let's go out there, make money. Don't forget to do your branding well, and it will bring you money. It will increase your market share. It will bring you loyal customers. It will retain your staff, and we are going to make money together. Thank you very much. So I think I will summarize to say we have covered what is a brand, steps to building a great brand, communicating your brand, and then benefits of branding. Thank you. Over to you, Peter.
Thank you so much, Nancy. Great insight. I know I'm pressing you to move faster because of time, and I'm happy that we've gotten very good insights, and quite a number of customers have responded. Many questions. I think even as we prepare for the next presenter, which is coming immediately from Samuel Buba, maybe 2 questions or 3 questions that have come, Nancy, as Sam prepares. James Wale is asking, hello, how often should a business change its marketing advertisements for it to be effective? Yeah, how often should business change its marketing advertisements for it to be effective? I think this one here from Patrick, currently I'm so much focused in social media. That's why I post my product since the pandemic ruined almost everything. I think maybe he's giving insights in terms of now where he has gone, maybe in terms of the communication. Is a question here also coming from Faustin Othiabo. He started a business during the corona pandemic. My pricing is good, quality perfect. My services are great. I don't have a logo. The challenge I face is satisfying the customer's demand in terms of supply. What should I do? So, just try to make sure that he's consistent in terms of the promise, but he needs supply. So possibly wants to comment on that, Nancy. So maybe you can comment on those ones as we wait for others to come and as we proceed to the next presenter. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Peter. I think the first question was how do I change my advertising to be effective? At the frequency, you've asked about the frequency of changing your adverts. I think you continuously monitor whether it's giving you any traction, because the reason why you are communicating is for you to get more customers into your business. And if the communication that is out there, and of course I'm here talking about the advertising, if it is not impacting onto your customers coming into your business, then you may need to find out what the problem is and be able to change. So that one, it will be a continuous process of whether you need to change or not. In terms of social media, you've said you are focusing on social media because of the pandemic. Social media is good. It can give you awareness. If you are a business brand where you are starting and you want people to be aware, you can go into social media. And of course, you'll also need to ensure that you are targeting very well. You go into the pages that your consumers are in. I think currently, if you go into Facebook, majority, if your brand is targeting the young ones, you may not get them nowadays in Facebook. because majority have gone into Instagram. They've left their Facebook to their parents. So ensure that you know who you are targeting and be able to choose the channel to use accordingly. There's a customer who said he's currently not concentrating on his building his logo and looking at supplies. That is okay. Branding is not only logos and look and feel, the colors, it's also the promise that you are giving to the customer. So you ensure that the promise of ensuring that they get the goods that they want is there. If you are supposed to give them at the right timing, you ensure that you have the supplies because they'll be able now to trust you. Thank you.
Nancy. Thank you, Nancy, for those answers. And we're happy that we are learning a lot and we picked quite a number of insights. And I know there are questions coming. We'll be able to handle them during the question and answer session. I think the next session, we're going to have core bank MSME packages solutions that we have, and we keep on talking about it. And some of our customers have not known what is in it for them. And I want to invite Samuel Buba just to take us through that session to say what does this solution have and what does it solve in terms of the needs of our MSME customers. So Karibu Sam. Sam is our product manager in business banking and branch banking department. He supports in this solution. So Karibu sana, Samuel Buba.
Thank you, Peter, for that introduction. And good afternoon, team. It's already afternoon, and our customers, wherever you are in the country and outside the country. So, and I'm very happy, and thank you, Nancy, for the insights around how to improve our branding, our communication. And you rightly put it that branding is arguably the most important thing for success in any particular business. So until we get it right in terms of business branding and communication, I can tell you, you won't be able to compete effectively in the market. And I know one of the questions that our customers had in mind is, what if I'm not even a registered business? I'm just starting up. But I can tell you, even the businesses coming up, even if you're not operating a business name, you're operating under your own name, like Kinyanjui or Tieno, you can actually brand and come out very strongly and be able to capture that market. In the community, we hear about Matthew Akinyozi, so-and-so, Wanyama, and all that. So basically, branding is very much important. Now, coming to the core bank MSME packages, and I want to put it this way, that once you get it right in terms of placing your brand and communicating your brand, you will need a very good financial partner to support you in managing your finances, both what you collect from your customers and also the financing bit. So core bank recently, about 2 years ago, we retooled our offering to be able to fit in the market. And what we have now is what we refer to as the MSME packages, which is a product basically for our business customers. The reason as to why we developed these packages and we wanted to be different in the market is because we realized our business customer are not getting what they want. So if a business customer used to go to a bank and what they were offered was just an account to be making deposits. But then we asked ourselves, our customers need much more than just an account. And that is why, as core bank, we will give you a number of solutions all bundled together, and we give you that as a package. We will come to that, and we will enumerate the benefits of that. But even as we proceed, I know we have a number of our customers who are on this particular call, and they belong to one of the packages that we developed recently. So we would want to hear from you in the chat box. Just tell us the package that you enjoy in core bank, if you do so, and what are the benefits that you are currently enjoying from that, and how they have actually helped your business in terms of growth and in terms of expansion. Now, and to just summarize the packages that we have, because we don't have one package to cater for all our customers, because we realized our customers are in the various stages of growth. We have customers that are starting up. You have a new business, you want to break even as fast as possible, you want to generate sufficient returns. We will give you what we call a starter pack or a bronze package. And it has in it several solutions that will boost your business. What we have realized is about 20%, and this is actually even from the report by Central Bank of Kenya, 20% of new businesses close shop in the first year of operations. So if you don't have a good financial partner in the form of a bank to support you, you are likely to be among the 20% who actually close their businesses in the first year of opening. Another 50% close in the first 5 years. So we want to ensure that we handhold our customers, we work with them so that we ensure at the end of the day, what they have is basically a solution that supports their business and not just an account like I had indicated earlier. So we have the bronze package. Then once our customers start growing and they have broken even, we offer them what we refer to as the silver package. And basically the silver package is about growth. These are customers that are already on the acceleration stage. They have already started getting tenders from clients, supply requests, and they really need the financing that is needed. You need a bank that can support you with the working capital needs, with your asset finance. That is the time you need to buy a pickup, for instance. You need to buy maybe a lorry to start moving your products if you are hardware. So we come in and we are going to enumerate how then do we support the customers who are in this particular category. The third one and that we have under business is what we refer to as the gold package. And the gold package is basically for those customers who have outgrown the silver package and they really now want to expand maybe internationally. They want to do some imports, exports. They want to connect with their suppliers, to connect with their customers, distributors. And basically our support that we offer them is we give them a number of solutions that will ensure that we connect them to their ecosystem. The ecosystem here means if you are in this particular category and you need to meet other players in the industry, we help to link you up as we support you in that aspect of growth. So basically it's about connecting, and that's why we offer that. So as we move to the next slide, I believe we are responding on the chart in terms of the package that you are in for those that are already in the package and how it has benefited you. For those customers who are not yet in the package, you can already see where you fall in and which package can suit you. So let us also know in the chat which package can actually help you be able to grow your business to the next level. Some of the benefits that we have is that our packages are cheap and they are less costly. Why do I say so? It's because a package will offer you a number of solutions, but then you don't pay separately for these solutions. And I will mention some of these solutions as we move by, because what you'll find in other financial institutions, they will give you an account, and then alongside the account, you'll also have to subscribe separately to the other business solutions that you need. So you may end up paying a lot of money for your solutions as a business owner. And you know, a business owner needs to maximize on their returns or to maximize on their profit. The second one is the packages are tailor-made to suit your business. So we take time to understand your business and what you deal with, your size, the stage you are, whether you are a startup, whether you are at the acceleration stage, or you are at that stage that you need to grow to a corporate. We give you a solution that rightly fits you. The other one is, of course, it's a number of solutions put together and offered as one. So you will not need to go searching for these other solutions somewhere else because we put all of them together. It is easy to manage because, again, we give you our online solutions like the mobile banking, our internet banking that helps you manage your business, be able to do some transactions online. You can get your statement, you can do payments, and you can also receive whatever you actually need. It's actually very competitive as well. We have benchmarked with the best countries in SME in the world. We went to Poland, Canada, and some of these are the countries that are very good in supporting the MSMEs. It is also very easy to access the business loans. We are going to mention some of them in the next slides as we move on. And the next one is we will also offer you a dedicated relationship manager. In the branches, every customer will always be allocated a relationship manager to support them in their financial needs and in their journey to becoming better and moving to the next level in their business. And lastly, and of course not the least, is that the non-financial benefits that you get to enjoy. Part of what we are having today is a non-financial service to our customers, these trainings. And there is no customer who actually pays to subscribe to this and to be called for these trainings. We have others like the business trips, and we'll be there to work with our customers. So as we move on, now let's look at what is included in the packages and why are we saying that these solutions put together will help your business grow. The first one is the payment and account management. One of the problems that our business customers face is how to manage their accounts where they are conveniently. So whichever bundle that you choose, we will give you an online solution and we will also give you a mobile banking. And the beauty of it is that the online solution that we give you, we don't charge you the monthly fee. So through the online solution, you are able to pay your suppliers, to buy your stock, you can pay your bills, you can do bank to phone transfers, check your account statement, establish standing order, and so many other things that you as a business owner, you will want to do wherever you are. So you don't have to come to the branch to do some of these transactions. We realize time is of essence. The second one, which is more critical, you realize in the wake of COVID, about 78 to 86% of our customers, and I believe the customers that you sell your products to will either want to pay you through M-Pesa, they will want to use their Visa card. Very few are nowadays using cash because the government has tried to discourage people from using cash. So as a bank, we will give you a collection channel where our customers can be able to collect payments from their customers through M-Pesa, direct to their accounts. If your customers are paying you using a Visa card, normally called the ATM card, you can receive those payments direct to your core bank account at no extra charge. So for us, we believe that we will support you in receiving these payments from your customers, and majority of our customers are already enjoying this. So still in the chat, please comment and tell us how your customers pay you, which channel they use. Is it cash? Is it card? Is it M-Pesa? Just to let us know how the environment has changed, the environment of payments. So the next one is, of course, the insurance. For every package, we give you a free personal accident cover. And this one, we pay on your behalf. As a customer, you don't pay. So whichever package you are in, we cover you against death and permanent disability, just to ensure that your business continues even when the eventuality happens. Of course, we have so many other insurance solutions that you can always inquire from your relationship manager or from your nearest branch. Lastly, our packages also have loans for your business or the financing that you need. So if you are in the bronze package, we have loans for startup or businesses that are actually starting the growth phase. So we have the working capital, we have the overdrafts, and we also have mobile loans that can really support you in that. So if you're in the silver package, again, we give you very good limits, which can support your business growth. And if you are in the gold package, again, we can give you as much as possible. Nancy, in her opening remarks, mentioned that we have 23 billion set aside through partnership with World Bank, set aside for MSMEs. So we will want to call upon you as a business customer to please take advantage of these offering that we have. So the bottom line is we need to understand the package that you fall in. You need to belong to one of those packages. Alongside the working capital, we also offer asset finance facilities. If you need to buy a pickup, a truck, a lorry, if you want to have some farm machinery, maybe you are in the hospitality, you want some machinery as well, you are in the medical industry, you want some medical equipment, any equipment that you think of, we come in, we have partnered with so many dealers, Toyota Kenya, Isuzu, and others. So again, the ability to understand you is very critical. And as a bank, we promise that we will work with you in that journey of growth. So basically, that's in summary the packages that, that we have and how we will support you in terms of growth. And as I request Nancy to move to the next slide. Yes, so the call to action for our customers is basically you get in touch with us through your relationship manager at the branch. If you're not sure who is your relationship manager, you can always talk to any business banker in the branch so that we can help you identify your branding needs for your business. Nancy and the team of experts will help you understand your position, what you deal with, and what are the specific branding needs that you have, and we will support you with the much needed information around that. We will also want to understand the package or the category that your business is in, what specific solution you need, whether you want to collect payments from your customers, is it Lipa na M-Pesa termination to your bank? We also have a very revamped M-Collection solution that we give you free of charge. And also we can give you a PDQ that helps you collect deposit from your customers. Again, continuously, we will want to finance your business, whatever stage you are in. And now that the economy is opening up, we see a lot of opportunity, and we invite you to take advantage of our kitty that is available for MSMEs to be able to grow your business to the next level. And lastly, what you see there is the web link to the MSME page on our website, where you can get a lot of information about our offering, about our branding, what opportunities are there for MSMEs, and we'll be glad to have you on board. So with that then, because of time, I now hand it over to Peter to take us through the next step. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Samuel Buba, for that brief session on our MSME packages. And even to say that for you to really grow, we need both the financial services and the non-financial services. What we are doing currently is just to offer you part of the non-financial services that will support you to grow your businesses, because for you to grow, you need the skills and you need finances. And maybe just to proceed to the next part of the question and answer, I'll start from some of the questions that have come for Nancy. Zakat Commander is asking, when are you starting, when you're starting a business to offer service where you are the first time to introduce that unique service, what should guide you in pricing? So you want to start a business and you want to know how do I price and you're a new entrant. So you want to handle that. Another question here from Elijah Aligula is asking, is it possible to have recordings afterwards? Then we have Jennifer Kivandi. She's asking, she's also saying, hopefully you're able to access the class, the Zoom recording later, because we need to listen them keenly and slowly. Then there's one from Joseph Nyak. How do I launch a new product or service line so that it fits with my existing brand? Then I have a question here from Just Pat again. Why do I need a full research or discovery phase before starting a rebrand? So why do I need a full research or discovery phase before starting a rebrand? A rebrand, possibly just to do another brand. So maybe you want to answer those ones first. I think there's a question for you. How do I join the MSME packages? And how long do I need to start, to start accessing LPO financing after these MSME packages? Maybe you want to answer Nancy and then Sam to come back. Thank you.
Okay, I will answer. Thank you, Commander, for asking that question. You're saying you have already a brand and you want to enter into the market with the pricing, and you are asking, how do I enter into the market? I think number one is, first you need to ask yourself, what promise do you want to eventually give the customers? Do you want to position yourself as a new entrant who is affordable, or you want to be a normal pricing, or you want to be pricey? But of course, it will depend on the kind of the product that you are offering. And you also need to do your assessment with your competition to know, where do I fit in? Because sometimes you can go into a market and already there is a competitor who is offering either a higher price, or already they have locked the business. So you can start with lowering your business, but of course you have to make profits. So you can go with a lower pricing. Then eventually, with the promise of quality, a good quality, you can be able to increase. So I will not say this is exactly the kind of pricing that you need to go into, because sometimes you can go a lower price, yet your competitor can easily make their prices come down. So it is a strategy where you need to look at the environment and be able to price accordingly, and also look at long-term, whether you will be able to sustain. So pricing is not really very good for branding. Branding is good when you are giving quality of your service, or the product that you have, or the promise that is not really based on pricing. Because I think I mentioned in my training that pricing can easily be copied by the competitor anytime, immediately. So it's a strategy that we need to understand the environment and the products that you are offering. So maybe we can have an offline chat to understand your product. Elijah and Jennifer, you asked about whether you can be able to get recordings. Peter promises me here that you'll be able to share to all the people who have registered today to be able to listen to the recording at their own time. Alternatively, you can also go to our MSME portal. We have all the recordings for all our trainings online on our MSME portal. Josephat asked about launching a new product, how you go about launching a new product. It depends, okay. You can launch a new product based on what kind of the product it is. I think also for this one, we will need to understand the kind of the product that you have. But number one is to know who is your target market. how do you reach your customers with the product that you are offering? If you are targeting the youth clientele, I said you can do it virtually. If it is the MSMEs, for example, who wants one-on-one basis, you can do it maybe through webinars like this, one-on-one, and they can be able to see it properly. So it will, number one is to ask yourself who is your target market and be able to craft the launch strategy accordingly. Josephat, you talked about rebranding. And I think you can just repeat that question, Peter.
Yes.
About the rebranding.
Yeah, maybe as I look at it, I would advise Sam to possibly answer his questions. Then you'll answer together with a number of questions that are also coming from the customers. Thank you.
So thank you, Peter. So you asked about how do I join if I need to one of those packages, and our branches are very much ready for you, and they have been trained on this. So you can pop into any of the nearest branch, and the good thing is that we have branches everywhere. What we need from you as you come in, you just need to come with your ID and of course the KRA PIN. From there, we will be able to understand your needs and support you with the right package. Even if you have been with another bank, you are very much welcome to take advantage of this unique offering. There is also a question around how long do I need to start enjoying the facilities I hand off the LPO financing and others. Now, once you have an account with us, and assuming your business has been operating for some time, then you can as well give us now the statement from the other bank, and we will analyze that and be able to come in and offer you the facility that you need. But if you are a very new business, you are starting up and you open this package, you can operate your account for about 6 months. And depending on how you operate your account, then we will analyze and see how much can we support you with, so that your business moves to the next level. But the beauty of it is that there is no customer who doesn't qualify for financing from us as long as you are in one of these packages. The reason being is our customers are in different levels of growth and we will need to support them. So basically, it's to say all our financing solutions will always be there, whether you are starting up or you are an existing business who has been with another financial institution and you are coming to us, we will always analyze your bank statement. There was a question I saw around customers who want to receive payments in their account from M-Pesa. Safaricom, in the wake of pandemic, increased their daily limits to 300,000. So you can receive up to 300,000 in your account per day. Of course, the amount per transaction is about 150. So you may not be able to receive as one transaction in your account. However, there are other channels you can also use to send money to your account, especially if you want to send more than 300,000. You can use PesaLink, which also enables you to receive limits of up to 1 million in a single day. So thank you, Peter. You can take it up from there.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Sam. Nancy, the question was, where do I need a full research or discovery phase before kickstarting a rebrand? You can answer together also with this one from Patrick Kenyua. Hi, I'm in baking industry. How can I increase market through branding, and what factors should I focus on when choosing colors for my brand? Then there's one more question that you can answer together. What and how can a company struggling with brand recognition to its customers regain its brand? You can answer the 3 questions together. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. Josephat, sorry, I think I missed on your question. You're talking about how whether you need research for you to rebrand. Yes, you will need to do research because they say customer is the king. you will need to speak to the customer to be able to guide you on the brand that you need to adapt. Because sometimes as the brand builders or as the business owner, you can be having a different, maybe a logo that may mean different to the customers. I think a good example I'll give you is when we were developing executive banking as a bank, and we came with so many, with our designers, we came with different designs for executive banking. And when we took the logos to the customers, we were very surprised on how they interpret the logos. Your interpretation may not be the interpretation of the customers. And sometimes you'll find your brand may struggle because it has a different meaning to the customers. I think a good example is when you go into a different country and the association, for example, I think if you have a brand logo for an elephant, for example, and you take it to maybe India, where maybe they worship the elephant. And for you, an elephant is very good, and it's in your country, it's very good. But when you go to the target market where you are targeting, it gives in a different meaning, a different connotations. So it's always good to speak to your target audiences before you rebrand. The other one, you're asking about your brand is struggling and you want to regain the market share. I think first is to find out your brand is everything, starting with the look and feel, the promise that you are giving to the customers, the pricing that you have, the quality of your service, the reputation of your staff that we said. So you need to look at all that and see whether you are giving the right promise to the customer. Is the reputation of your staff okay? Is your brand and logo is speaking to the customer? Sometimes you'll find international companies coming to Kenya with a brand that works very well. Take, for example, maybe in South Africa, but when they come to Kenya, they get a backlash. Reason could be the brand or the look and feel or the colors is not speaking to the Kenyan market, the target market. So you need to see whether your look and feel is speaking right to your customers. Number two is your pricing. Maybe there is a competitor who is charging more affordable or very pricey, but giving good quality. So you also need to look at that, and also the quality of your pricing. Some restaurants may struggle because when a customer comes to your restaurant, for example, you don't give food at the right time. The customer waits for a long time before they get their food. And the promise that you maybe gave your customer is that your services are very quick. So the brand will struggle if your promise is not consistent. There's a customer also who asked about baking. How do you choose the colors for baking? And I think if you look at most bakeries, they will go into a color that looks like bread, either dark brown. So you also need to you need to get the colors that are emotive and can associate with the product that you are selling. If it's bread, of course, you cannot have colors that are green. So you make your colors relevant to the product that you are offering. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nancy. And as you prepare for your parting shot, I want to ask two questions to Samuel Buba. And as we do that, Sam will also be closing. You'll also be giving your closing remarks. These are two questions that have been asked by Mary Ngoge and Judy Waithaka. And they're asking, Mary is asking, is it possible to help me grow business to purchase a pickup against the same asset as a guarantor, just to help me boost on my mobility? Then another one here from Judy, she's asking, do you offer financing solution to schools for infrastructure development, and what the available products. Maybe you briefly want to mention two things on the asset finance and our solutions for schools briefly, as you also make your closing remarks before I invite Nancy to close as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter, and thank you, Mary and Judy, for those questions. So number one, the pickup financing will fall under our asset financing, and we don't need another security. The pickup will actually guarantee itself. So the good thing is that if you also have some working capital needs to support you run your business, we can actually bundle the asset finance for pickup, and we give you some cash to run your business. Around the financing for schools, yes, we do. We finance schools. If you want to maybe add some few classrooms, or is it dormitories, if you want to purchase an asset, maybe a school bus, that's our specialty. We do that. What we require for you is basically for you to, if you are in a private school can easily fit into one of our packages. If it's a government school, of course, we also have solutions for government schools, but it is true, we do that financing. But maybe, Peter, before I make my closing remarks, I saw a question around the accident cover that we offer. Free of charge is the personal accident. That is, that covers you against permanent disability and death. But of course, we also have other covers like medical, but those ones will be, the customer will take differently, but we will access you depending on your dependents and depending on your needs. So as I make my closing remarks, is basically to thank all our customers wherever they are. I know it is midday, so customers are very busy. So for you taking time, almost 2 hours of your time to listen to us, and also to understand how we come in to support your business, we do not take that for granted. So we will be very much willing to work with you in your journey. So in whichever category you are, whether you are starting up, whether you want to grow to a corporate, or you are in the growth phase, we will be there with you. You just need to talk to any of our relationship managers in our branches. And for the questions that we were not able to respond to, we will pick them up and we will respond separately to the people that asked the questions. From me, thank you very much and have a great, great afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam. Nancy?
Good afternoon, customers. Thank you very much for your time. I hope today we've learned about building our brands. Let's go out there, build our brands, and let's look at building our brands beyond the Kenyan market, like our MSME vision is like. I will just remind you that if you don't give the market a story to talk about, they will define your brand story for you. And for you to make money, you need to build your brand, ensure that you have a promise that is authentic, that is defensible, and be able to give you loyal and trusted customers. As we said, branding is arguably the most important thing for success in your business. So let's go out there to build our brands so that we can make money. Thank you. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you so much, Nancy. And even to take us through the whole session on the branding, I think we have picked a lot of insights that are very, very relevant for our businesses. Thank you so much, again, Sam, also on what you have presented and the whole presentation on our MSME packages. Our customers, we really appreciate you. And we must say that the questions are quite many. We have tried to look at some of them that we're able to handle now. Looking at time, we may not go through all of them, but as we do, we always share the material and the whole presentation to you through your emails. And we also encourage you to share your questions, your individual needs through the email that you also got when you registered for this webinar. So we want to really appreciate you for your time, and we must say that the numbers were good. We had more than 200 customers attending the session today, and saying that these sessions that you're having weekly, they are useful and they are relevant for your businesses. Make sure you try and implement into your businesses, pick the insights that you can be able to implement in your businesses, and I'm sure your businesses will continue to grow and we will continue to support you also with our financial solutions. So we want to stop here because of time, and we're hoping that we continue to have other engagements. We'll be doing these webinars on Thursdays. Stay tuned for other upcoming events. We'll be sharing through the emails and through the SMSs for you. So asanteni sana, and we want to wish you all the best in your businesses. God bless you all. Asanteni. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye.